Right now, I'm passing through what's called Pony Alley. One of the people that based with us, Spartan, was a big fan of that show, My Little Pony. I mean, I never really understood the appeal. I don't really like it or even know what it is, but Spartan was a good man, so we let him build whatever he wanted. But this, I'm gonna have to zoom out for this. This is map art that he made of a pony and literally placed everything block by block. So if you've seen this pony picture on 2B before, this is where it was made. So as you can see, literally everything was placed block by block. A lot of work went into this, so Spartan tried really hard to make it as perfect as possible. Whenever you make map art, you have to make sure everything's on the same level so that there's no difference in shades of color. So that's why we had to mine all of this out before he could start making his artwork. Alright, I'm going to head back this way and show you all the other parts of the base. There's still a lot you haven't seen yet. A lot. And it's incredible. What I've done for Spartan is I've created a brand new blank map of this pony, so that way if this part ever does get griefed even after we leave, there's still going to be a copy that retains the original picture. Because right now, if that spot gets griefed, all of the current pony pictures that have been distributed are going to be ruined. Alright, now I'm going to be taking you to the last build James Russell's ever made on this server before he retired. Oh, it's coming in a distance now. There we go. The James Russell's Coliseum. And let me tell you, this thing is magnificent. He used a combination of water source blocks and natural materials with stone to really create a special feeling. I mean, look at this place. It's absolutely insane. I'll go to the center to really show you. I don't even remember how many hours this took, but he was working on it for a long time before it was finally completed, but it's just gorgeous. This would have been a really cool place for a fight, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore. Yeah, the glass dome on the ceiling, it's just beautiful in here. James really did a wonderful job on this. Now, if we head up this way, this might look familiar to you. That's right, this is where the museum is, right next to James's Coliseum. Now, after the tour is over, I'm going to be disassembling the museum piece by piece and moving the artwork to a safe location. Because the museum will live on, but not here. I'm going to move it to a different location so that way I'm not putting anyone else at risk anymore. It'll be my responsibility and mine alone. We're coming back to the town center now. We're going to pass through the giant red sandstone wall with the gold in it. We have to do this to get to the other side of the base. Yeah, the only person missing from the member board right here is Jack the Ripper. He should be added, but we haven't had time to add him lately. But other than that, this is everybody. Man, just all of these were just great people to base with, you know? All of them were fantastic. They each had their own specialty. Half of these people on this list don't even play anymore. So it's kind of a sad reminder of what once was, I guess. This pumpkin's actually from last Halloween. We just haven't taken it down yet. We had a Christmas tree up, but we burned it. And then those two are player houses, but they're all empty. I'm not really going to show you the inside of them because it's not really worth it. Alright. This was our message board. This is where we would communicate with each other if we were offline for a period of time. And then the banners you see up there, I designed the Aureus banners. I wanted to have a portal on it with a gold road and the red sandstone, as you can see. I thought it'd be a really cool design that really captured the spirit of Aureus. Now I'm coming up to Keynes' castle, which was also known as the HQ. This is where we did a lot of things. This is where we kept all of our beds. This was the original center of Aureus before the base expanded. So it's a very cool building here, like little bridges and stuff. It kind of reminds me of Ganon's castle from Ocarina of Time. This was our bedroom. This is where all the players would sleep, at least when they first arrived at Aureus. Now, many times if we had random hoppers as decorations, we would put things in them as a joke, and we'd find them like a few weeks later. It was just a funny little inside joke. Now, believe it or not, this water square is where our end portal was supposed to go. But some things happened. I'm not going to go into it now, but we were unable to get the portal put in, which we were really disappointed about. Alright. I'll show you the other parts of this castle before we move on to the farms. The gold farm, the guardian farm, the iron farm, the mob farm, Joe's farm. Yeah, it was really cool. The ramparts up here, just kind of looking out. There's another helix. Like I said, helixes were a big part of Aureus, big part of the history. This, of course, is the very top of the castle, a glass dome lined with gold and with red beacons in the center. Just a very cool place to hang out. I would AFK up here sometimes, but once a creeper managed to spawn because there was a low enough light level, so I stopped AFKing up there. Now this spot here is where we took the original Aureus group photo. I'm sure you saw it in my previous video, but right here is where we took the photo, and just brings me back. You know, when we took that photo, we had such ambitious plans for the base, and now we have to abandon. That's life on 2B, you know. I mean, we knew it would happen eventually, but I guess we were just hopeful that it wouldn't happen, and wouldn't happen this quickly either. Now I'm going to be taking you to the gold farm first. Now this is the one I have always talked about. This is the one that got us ready for the 1.9 update. We crafted thousands and thousands and thousands of God apples here over a period of months. This is the place. An incredibly efficient design. Kane's Law really knew what he was doing with this. Not only was it a great gold farm, it was a great XP farm. We got tons and tons and tons of levels. I would often leave Aureus at over 500 XP levels just from this farm alone. Before the AFK kick was implemented, you could sit in a minecart and literally just sit here for hours, just AFK. You go up and down, and you would just get so much XP dropped to the bottom. Now you can't see it here, but there used to be a system where it would take you down to the bottom, and it would bring you by all the XP. Now this underwater room was the collection room and also the nugget conversion room. So we had a way where we could mass produce God apples like hassle-free, just using our keyboards, but I'm not really going to take the time to explain it right now. Now the gold's been mostly cleared out because, you know, we use it in construction and such. There's still some here. But ever since the Rusher fiasco, the pigment rates have not been as good, so there really hasn't been much action here lately. But I would spend hours upon hours in this room just crafting God apples. It was insane. Alright. So that's where the magic happened. For over half a year, that's where it happened. Alright, next we're going to be taking you to the Guardian Farm. Now, after an update, half of this Guardian Temple regenerated, so it caused us some real headaches, but we basically got done constructing it, and it was insane. We were getting so many underwater materials. Prismarine, the glowing, whatever it's called, to make the lamps, or the lanterns. Yeah, so anyway, as you can see, it's a very advanced system down here. Just collections of everything possible. Alright, time to move on. I'm going to show you the iron farm next. Now, this iron farm was a real doozy. I mean, this one was built by Keynes as well, and anytime Keynes Law builds something, he takes it very seriously, and he makes sure he does a great job with it. So the amount of iron we were getting was insane. Just completely insane. But yeah, every road in Aureus lined with gold. The city of gold. Oh, I'm just gonna miss this place. I really am. Alright, now I'm approaching the road where it splits off in two. To the left is the mob farm. To the right is the iron farm. Alright, this is the iron farm now, and there's 4 towers total. Each tower had multiple village breeders on it, so it was a really efficient system. But you had to be right in the center for all of them to work at the same time, right in the center of this wooden Viking house. Now if you go here, there'd be a minecart in the center, and you just AFK in it. You go around and around and around and around, and that's how you would stay AFK. But as you can see, this thing was no joke. It literally was the Industrial Revolution of Aureus. I mean, we have so much iron here. We don't even know what to do with all of it. And this is just the stuff we haven't taken out yet. Jeez. Alright, next we're on the way to the mob farm, and it's also, like everything at Aureus, a pretty advanced system. It actually was able to spawn Endermen and put them in chambers where we were able to go in with a looting sword and kill them for the Ender Pearls. That's right, we figured out a way to get Endermen to spawn in the mob spawner and to harvest their pearls successfully. Like maybe once or twice a day we'd clean up the Endermen. But there's 4 glass chambers on the outside and 1 in the center. And the ones on the outsides are the ones that would have the Endermen in them, so we'd go in and just clear them out. So think about that. All these Ender Pearls, and we're overworld right now. We're overworld. So this was an incredible mob farm for us. As long as the lag and the TPS were cooperating. Then any extra gunpowder and stuff from creepers was left in there. But still, I mean... it just goes to show you there was no place like Aureus. No place like it. Alright, I'm going to skip ahead on the path here. Oh, I was going to sink to the bottom, isn't it? Yeah, lag messes with the Ender Pearls. It makes them go lower than expected sometimes, so that's why I'm having some issues here. Oh, well, I'll just climb up the old-fashioned way. No need to get fancy. Alright, the section of the base I'm going to show you now is Yellowstone Joe's ranch. Now, Yellowstone Joe has played on the server for a while, but he's really good at what he does. He does everything. He does construction of builds, he does advanced redstones, villager breeders. I mean, he does everything. He's a really smart guy. And I also made my little radio tower near his ranch because I kind of like to overlook it, but you'll see that in a little while. So this is the entrance to his ranch. He's got a pretty cool looking house here, so I'll show you that first. If we go on in, quite cozy. He's got everything kind of, you know, organized. A very organized person. This is a map of just Joe's ranch. Here's all of his items sorted and such. Now right here is a smaller version of the map of Aureus that we had down in the map room in the mines, but it's a little smaller, but you can still see most of the base pretty well. You can see the pony up in the corner that Spartan made. You can see James's Coliseum. Although this map hasn't been updated in a while because my museum is not on the map, as you can see. So this is months and months and months old, I would say. Alright. But yeah, pretty much anyone with a MITST or a biome analysis program could easily find Aureus if they had a general location of where it was. Now here we have just the other random maps that Joe has a copy of. This is where Joe would breed donkeys and horses, and he actually was able to breed the fastest possible horses and mules and donkeys in the game. It was really crazy stuff. He has them sorted by speed. Like I said, he's a real organized guy. Here's the auto farms. Auto carrots, auto potatoes, auto wheat, auto melons and pumpkins, auto sugarcane. Everything automated. And just wait till I show you what's below. There's a reason this is all automated in the same place. This is Yellowstone Joe's trading hall. We have to make sure we don't have kill aura enabled, but he kept every possible type of villager down here, even ones from before the 1.9 update and 1.8 that you can't get anymore. We've got rare villagers here. All the automated crops go into these chests, which we can then trade with villagers for free emeralds and get any enchantments we want on any item. Yeah, we've got villagers with the unique enchantments. We've got mending villagers. We've got thorns 3 villagers, just in case we ever wanted thorns for some reason. But this is the system that he used to breed them. And this is also an underground system that allowed us to get the villagers to the iron farm. So Yellowstone Joe provided the villagers for Kane's Law to bake his iron farm. Really good teamwork there. Now, if you were to head down this way, this is an underground tunnel under the ocean that would bring you back to the sorting system. Even our underground tunnels were lined with gold. So if you went down this way, you'd come out where I first said you would in the original video. But we're not going to go there yet because there's still something I want to show you. Something very special. And you've actually already seen this location in one of my previous videos, but you probably didn't know it was at Aureus. There she is, my radio tower. I originally made this thing to launch airships off of, but once I found out about the elytra, I extended it to maximum build height. So that way we could just jump off of it and skydive and do tricks. This is where I was able to get so good at flying the elytra. The reason I can do so many tricks is because I would practice here for hours as soon as I was able to acquire the elytra. Really cool stuff, and I had tons of leftover beacons. I used them as the light source blocks everywhere. I mean, I've got stacks upon stacks upon stacks of beacons, so I like to use them in a lot of my builds. I mean, because you gotta get fancy. Even with just a regular radio tower, you gotta get fancy. But this goes up and up and up. You can literally fly to any part of the base by jumping off this tower, and then some. You could probably fly over Aureus twice just by jumping off of this tower. Assuming you had the correct angle, of course. But yeah, this is easily one of the best views in Aureus, just going all the way to the top. I know I was able to jump off of Monkey's treehouse and make it all the way to this radio tower and then I was able to jump off the radio tower and make it all the way back to Monkey's treehouse. I mean, like, it was really convenient for fast traveling around the base. But if you have a fear of heights, this is not the climb for you. Not at all. Almost. Almost. There we go. I think this might be the last time I ever jump off this tower, so I'm going to put on my elytra, but this is kind of sad, you know? We had so much fun on this tower, and this is it. Nice smooth landing. Excellent. Well, that's pretty much all of Aureus for now. I'm going to get back to the sorter, and then we're going to start to destroy this place. We're going to blow it up. We're going to burn it. It's not going to be fun, but it's something that has to be done. You know, this base has been a headache for us ever since our coordinates were taken hostage, so this is going to be a weight off our shoulders.